It just all came together.
Y'all remember me from Starfleet Academy? Yeah. Y'all remember me from Starfleet Academy? The cat that had all your boyfriends mad at me.
NCC 1701, time travel around the sun. I dematerialize, I rematerialize, you run. You're primitive, still carry a gun. My phaser ain't set on stun. We going back to the future. Bitch, you can't come, you need to get back to like 1991. Live your life, cause if you fuck up, we done. This transparent aluminum weigh a ton. Stay and help save the whales, cause if our mission fails, ain't none of us gonna be left to tell the tale. Wasted off Romulan ale, fucking a shiny forest green bitch in a black veil. My probe attached to a solar sail. My computer pop out of a table. My call sign and rank are naval. It's the head in the brig, not the bathroom in the jail. My engines are unstable.
Y'all remember me from Starfleet Academy? Yeah, the cat that had all your boyfriends mad at me. Touch be nasty like the Klingon bastards be. You kill my son, that's more than a tragedy. That about to upset the balance of power in the galaxy. My Genesis device caused casualty, actually. Now there's a black hole where your planet used to be. It'll be the end of your species if it have to be.
Don't make me separate the saucer section. Check off, we're gonna make a slight course correction. The starboard nacelle was just Jennison. Self-destruct, I'm counting down 23 seconds. Evacuate the motherfucking vessel. Get Guinan, she's special. Come on, Spock, let's go. Get out of those 20th century civilian dress clothes. My uniform tight to impress hoes. Shields motherfucking up, we exposed. Move this Romulan bucket of bolts and get cloaked. Fuck Star Wars, Return of the Clones. Spock's a direct descendant of Sherlock Holmes. Out of all the souls I've met, his was the most human. I've searched this whole ship, ain't one bathroom, man. I need a secure channel, I got something to discuss. Sulu, who do you know at Starfleet Command we can trust?
Y'all remember me from Starfleet Academy? Yeah, the cat that had all your boyfriends mad at me. Touch be nasty like the Klingon bastards be. You kill my son, that's more than a tragedy. That about to upset the balance of power in the galaxy. My Genesis device caused casualty, actually. Now there's a black hole where your planet used to be. It'll be the end of your species if it have to be.
I'm over 200 Earth years old exactly. Been caught in the nexus, floating around placidly. Rappers beat, not working on all thrusters. All senior staff head to 10 forward and muster. The Borg queen thinks she got me, but fuck her. She come near me one more time, I'm a gutter. Open a channel on a subspace frequency, we must get this information to Earth over fuck. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So you know exactly what the fuck I'm about to do. I'ma ram that shit and pull out the proto-matter. Then watch every one of your last atoms splatter all over your viewfinder. Your ship will shatter from the shockwave. Then watch your whole fleet scatter to the Great Barrier. My Betazoid bitch walk around with an exposed derriere. I might marry her.
Y'all remember me from Starfleet Academy? Yeah, the cat that had all your boyfriends mad at me. Touch be nasty like the Klingon bastards be. You kill my son, that's more than a tragedy. That about to upset the balance of power in the galaxy. My Genesis device caused casualty, actually. Now there's a black hole where your planet used to be. It'll be the end of your species if it have to be.
So I noticed that there's at least 2 videos for it online that, I mean, other people have put clips from the show together. Are there more than 2?
No, actually, one of the videos, the owner of the label that I released Alienated on.
This is Neferyu,
Yeah.
which means Egyptian for beauties.
Exactly. He just put out a promo video for the album, not knowing that I was actually thinking of doing the same kind of concept with the video. So it took me a little longer. I think mine was a little more detailed because I wrote the song with a video in mind. But yeah, we both had the same idea when he heard the song, he saw what I kind of saw, right? Just kind of fitting it all together. But yeah, I did the version with, it's a little more detailed. Just starting making videos. I made a video called Since I Was 14. So I'm trying to get into that basically with my other alias, Manly Pubic.
Oh, before we move on from this topic, I just want to ask, I'm curious to know about the various reactions you've gotten, since you said you wanted to alienate some people, and obviously you wanted to reach out to others. Can you tell me about the reactions you've gotten to Klingon Bastards?
It's really been, like, I guess the most surprising reaction would have been the way we met, because I've been in your circle forever, and we've never really personally met. So, I mean, this is basically what I wanted to do with that song, was to get people, that either aren't really familiar with, the kind of hip-hop coming out of me or Canada, and people that, have a acute interest in Star Trek, right? So everything's been really positive. People have been really liking the video, whether you're a Star Trek fan or not. I tried to make it hardcore. Like, I wanted to make it like the new Star Trek movie was like the Star Trek for this time, so I wanted to make it like the Star Trek for this time, you know what I mean? So hardcore, how, if Kirk was an MC, you know what I mean? How would he interpret his stories? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been really positive from the MCs and from the Trekkies as well. So.
So, on your records, the scratching, is that all yours?
No, there is very little scratching that I do on the CDs that I gave you. I do have an album that was download only, where I produced, wrote, and did all the cuts. But I'm not an expert DJ by any means. I'm just something I need to work on. So I think that's my favorite part of making a song, is adding the cuts in. So that's why I want to work on that.
So why is that your favorite part?
It's just, I guess, the stuff I grew up with, like in the 90s. There was always a scratch hook, right? So, like DJ Premier, Pete Rock, a lot of the DJs had scratch hooks. So, I mean, that was like Jazzy Jeff, of course, Cash Money, Jam Master Jay. That was the formula, right? So, I mean, that was always like they were sampling the bridge to make the beat, and then the scratch hook was the bridge of their song, right? So, I mean, that's inbred in me.
Well, when did hip hop, from your estimation, start to lose its emphasis on DJing?
I would say late 90s. I would say like 99, 98. There seemed to be a lot more, it was a lot popular. And I mean, when I say popular, I mean played more on popular radio stations. And so I think there must have been some sample clearance issues and whatnot. So I think the formula kind of changed around that time.
Right.
For some people.
Check it. I represent the city with more pyramids than a Mason. 3rd degree celebration taking place in the basement. I represent misplaced hits and underground anthems. There's a lot of fake shit, but I've been to New York. I see kids frontin'. It's the ones that ain't that might tell you something about how you shouldn't misinterpret my motives. Irrespective of my demeanor, I ain't taking no shit. You said you had a fat rhyme, I'm waiting, show me it. Where I'm from, we blowing shit out of the water like NATO. Aircraft carriers, they making the States. The representation of great spit fighters. We got foreign wax in our crates, sizing up the competition over fucking seas. We represent the river valley, alley of trees. It's supply oxygen to my blood so I can breathe and write rhymes. I represent hard finds for under $9.99 in bookstores that just happen to sell vinyl. I represent nothing other than that which I know. I buy most of Canadian beer and watch playoffs. My spinal column bruised from breaking in '83. We represent at shows we touring. Free to do what I want when I play wax. I represent while lost souls with no code stay back. Representatives, we NATO in touch. The representation of our city and plus we like if our city had a flag, raise that shit up. The representatives making your whole crew look what? The representatives, we NATO in touch. The representation of our city and plus we like if our city had a flag, raise that shit up. The representatives making your whole crew look what? Edmonton representatives, beast that's heaven sent, embedded in two-dimensional demented dead men. I rep a fucking set, man, never hesitate. Better yet, we don't sweat, nothing. Shit to lose, who wants something? Who got some stupid shit to say just to get laid flat out before you even got your rap out? I represent the crack house on 95th, the dreadlock on White Ave rolling a split. The embodiment of embalming fluid, stiffing up in that dead ass fast, slap your ass like Shaft. I represent the Middle West, we already wore bomber hats. If evil had a national anthem, I would sing that shit before hockey games standing. Take out foreign MCs at random, cause we ain't traveling. We stuck all winter in this cabin with log fires and an MPC 2000. It's either that or live in cheap Edmonton housing. We reroute cables and unable to answer the phone. I represent my motherfucking home, the Butter Dome, the stadium.
Jumping back to your one of your previous records with DJ NATO, I'm dropping the title.
Intelligent Design.
Intelligent Design, right? So there's an interesting moment. Of course, you got these great lyrical references. One where you immediately you had me for sure. I already was loving this album, Alienated, and then you made a reference to Edmonton. I think you said something like there are more pyramids than a Freemason convention or something like that.
Yeah, that's funny because I opened for the grand opening of City Hall. So the new City Hall they got in Edmonton. I was a dancer back then. And I remember there was a debate whether to have a dome or pyramid. And one of the arguments for the pyramid was, well, Edmonton is Pyramid City.
Right.
So it should be a pyramid. So that always stuck in my mind. And I think that's where that lyric kind of came off, right? Just a Mason metaphor, one of a million out there, right? But,
well, yeah, and it's true. I mean, obviously, in hip hop, maybe perhaps because of the African Freemasons, the Prince Hall Freemasons, there's quite an interest, and it deals with people's cover-ups and conspiracies and all kinds of stuff. But nevertheless, this draws us to the Edmonton issue, which is that you're a fellow who wants in your work to make absolutely clear that you're proud of this location. You're not trying to obscure that, and there are a few other hip hop artists of this generation who are doing that. Tell me about your love of Edmonton and your desire to show it off.
Well, I guess it stems from I was lucky enough to do some touring early, not too early in my rap career, but early enough where I wasn't fully developed as an MC and as I feel now. So I was pretty young, and I noticed that everywhere I went, people were not having it. The fact that there's a rapper from Edmonton in their city and they're not on stage. So, I mean, most of my shows were battles. They just turned into battles, straight up. Like I know my show in Vancouver was like a half-hour battle. Toronto, they even turned the mics off on us, and it was just a big battle. Like, what are you doing? You're from Edmonton, So, I mean, it stems from that. Stems from just not being accepted. And knowing that, we got hot beats, we got hot rhymes, and we always have, from way back, from back in the mid '80s,
like Maximum Definitive, Jungle Man, and
exactly right, Task Force, Quick Trouble. I mean, we've always had talent, right? So, I mean, a lot of people are like, they've always said to me, "Why are you still here? Why are you in Edmonton?" After they hear a show or hear a CD, and I never really understood that question, right? On that Touch of NATO CD, we did have a #1 single in America, right?
What song was that?
That was Something Real featuring Wordsworth. And I mean, we did it from here, and the proof is in the pudding, right? So I mean, it's nothing that anyone could take back from us. It's just there was never a need for me to deny where I'm from. Right? I didn't move here. I was born here.
Yes.